In a jaw-dropping PR nightmare that shocked the world in 2025, Meghan Markle's latest attempt to connect with the masses has spectacularly blown up in her face. You know the story. It all kicked off with a cringeworthy Instagram video where Meghan awkwardly danced in her kitchen, attempting to lip-sync and showcase her fun side. But what was meant to be a light-hearted mom moment quickly spiraled into a viral meme, with viewers pouncing on the perceived inauthenticity of her performance. People were quick to label it as painfully staged, overproduced, and completely out of touch. Set against a backdrop of ridiculously luxurious appliances and overly curated lighting, her effort came off as more desperate than engaging. Instead of fostering a genuine connection with her audience, Meghan's attempt to appear relatable was met with ridicule, skepticism, and a cultural backlash that was nothing short of epic. And if you think that's where it ended, think again. Enter South Park. The creators wasted no time in turning Meghan's viral misstep into a scathing piece of satire. They crafted a character that was undeniably modeled after her and tore into her with relentless humor. The parody mimicked her infamous twerking video, exaggerated her obsession with controlling her image, and delivered a brutal punchline. One standout moment had the character strutting through a mall in a sparkling gown, shouting, "Stop looking at me while I show you how normal I am." This perfectly captured the public skepticism about Meghan's authenticity. What's wild is that South Park didn't even need to exaggerate much. The real-life video had already provided a goldmine of material. The show's unfiltered portrayal of Meghan as fame-hungry, self-pitying, and increasingly disconnected resonated with audiences worldwide. The backlash was swift and merciless. Meghan reportedly tried to get the episode yanked from streaming services, but her attempts only fueled the fire further. Cue the Streisand effect. Her protests only heightened curiosity, driving massive traffic to the episode across TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter. Social media erupted with laughter and disbelief. Even her most ardent defenders were uncharacteristically silent. Where were the feminist op-eds? Where were the high-profile activists coming to her rescue? The silence was deafening. One former supporter even tweeted, "Oof, that was rough but kind of fair." But the episode did more than just mock Meghan. It pulled back the curtain on the performative nature of her entire brand. Every gesture comes off as meticulously rehearsed, leaving audiences questioning the spontaneity of her persona. Critics have pointed out that her public image relies more on manipulating perceptions than on fostering genuine connections, and the public is growing increasingly weary of it. Behind the scenes, the fallout is palpable. Industry insiders are confirming that the damage is real. Brand executives and producers who once lined up to work with Meghan are now distancing themselves. Reports suggest many view her as toxic, unpredictable, and overly managed, essentially a nightmare to collaborate with. One anonymous executive told Variety, "Meghan brings attention, but not the kind that leads to lasting success. You can't build a brand on someone who explodes every time she's critiqued. She may want to dominate the industry on her own terms, but Hollywood doesn't work that way. You either laugh with them or find yourself as the punchline." The deeper issue lies in the contradiction at the heart of Meghan's image. She talks about privacy, mental health, and empowerment while continuing to release meticulously curated content designed to elicit sympathy and maintain control. In one video, she showcased photos of her children but plastered emojis over their faces. Critics slammed this as obnoxious, arguing that she could have simply chosen not to share those images at all. Her version of authenticity, selectively guarded and heavily filtered, has begun to feel more like a performance than a principle. South Park's parody didn't create this critique, it merely articulated what many had suspected for a long time. By doing so, it shattered the carefully maintained illusion Meghan has fought so hard to uphold. Ultimately, Meghan's most significant problem may not be her critics, it's the growing number of former supporters who are losing faith in the image she's selling. The South Park episode marked a tipping point, not because it was unfair, but because it resonated with the truth. The joke, as harsh as it was, reflected public sentiment more accurately than any headline or think piece ever could. Sure, Meghan can still attract attention, but the type she's pulling in now raises more questions than it does admiration. And in the cutthroat world of entertainment, when your authenticity is viewed as artificial, your influence begins to wane. What does that mean for Meghan moving forward? It's a dangerous game, and right now, it looks like she's losing.